Duce.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're live. What's up? Easy. What's happening?
Deuce, what's happening? I'm all good. Can't complain.
Nice.
Yeah, another week.
Yes, sir. Another week.
What's happening?
I'm
What's
doing
happening
good,
with you?
thanks. Yeah, nothing much, man. Same old. Just chilling in the house. Went outside for the first time after like 5 weeks. A few days ago.
Really? Like, as
the
in, like,
weekend, yeah.
literally, or like you'd been in the house,
Literally.
like,
Yeah, I
you-
hadn't left the house.
as a proper lockdown, dude. I drove out.
Yeah.
I drove out a bit this weekend. They eased the lockdown regulations a bit, so I was out and about this weekend.
Nice.
How was that, dude?
Yeah.
Being in the house for 5 weeks, literally.
I actually got used to it. Even when I went outside, it was like I didn't feel some sense of like freedom or something. It just felt normal. So
It
was a
just
bit
felt like it was
underwhelming.
like
I thought
you
it was
hadn't,
gonna be
like,
dope.
okay. Wait. You hadn't like been outside, not even like on a balcony or anything for 5 weeks.
No, I've done. We have a balcony, so I've done balcony. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that counts.
So
to some
that
extent.
makes a difference. Yeah, it definitely does.
No, huge.
Because
it's
sometimes
huge,
I
was
just
gonna
go onto the balcony.
say. Okay, fair enough. Because I was gonna say if you
Yeah.
hadn't like touched the sun like in 5 weeks, that's insane.
Yeah, that would be
Madness.
intense, bro.
That
That would be intense.
Cool. So, what did you go out to do? Like, what was your plan?
When I went outside, I just
Yeah.
went to the shop. I restocked my Oreos. And,
The average
yeah,
quarantine,
so-
the average Corona trip.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
get some Skittles.
Yeah, exactly. Restock, bruh. Damn.
Dude, so
Yeah,
finally
like,
opened up
but-
for us. Dude.
Did you? Yeah. What did you end up getting? The McDonald's. What did you get?
I didn't, dude. It hasn't been online, and so it was quite like anticlimactic. I had a feeling like they wouldn't be prepared, or like the demand would be so crazy. But like when I logged on, there was nothing, so I was very disappointed. So my McFlurry is still on hold. I'm waiting for that. Yeah, have to for the win.
Damn. How's the family doing?
We good, man. We good. I'm trying to think. Like nothing to report, man. Like it literally is just like another week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so normal now, just being indoors and doing literally nothing. But they
And
good.
your little brother's still at uni, right? Like what's the plan with exams and stuff? Like what are they saying?
Oh, it's a great question. They started last week Monday. The lectures aren't being recorded live, so you just have to watch them in your own time. They are they won't have closed book exams. They're gonna have some sort of assessments online in June, and they hope to have them back by October, which I think is a stretch. Personally, I still go back to my theory that this whole year, I think, how many episodes ago did I say, like, it's a wrap academically? That was my amateur opinion. I'm standing by it.
Yeah.
So they just doing the whole online thing. It's kind of trippy. I think it's very strange. They watch like videos, and there's some tutorials he watches on Instagram Live. Like he literally got Instagram just for that. So strange time to be a student, dude. But they're going through with it. They're trying. They
have to, yeah.
Yeah.
And in terms of fees, like, do they pay the same amount?
Yeah. You know how it is. you know.
But he's not paying for res though, right? Surely.
No, but there was a place he was staying at, and he's still paying rent for that. So.
Was it a digs?
You know. Yeah.
Okay.
But his roommate stayed behind. His roommate is still there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Hectic.
That's him, man. So he started last week, and I mean, to me, like, it just looks like he's just studying. It's like kind of hard to like grasp it. This guy's actually like, you know, in an actual academic program right now as we speak. Like it's live, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, Duce.
That's
what
crazy.
like he's good. Family's good. I've been watching like a weird amount of like reality TV shows since Corona.
Which ones?
I watched. What did I watch? Too Hot to Handle.
Oh yeah, I
was
watched
one of
that.
them.
I watched that with my big bro.
Really? What is it about? Like, because I noticed a lot of guys watch that show. Like, what do you think it was that they did?
I don't know, the hot chicks maybe.
No, but like they all have hot chicks. You know what I'm saying? But like this was the first reality show.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
okay, maybe Jersey Shore was one that I know a lot of guys used to watch, but a lot of gents.
I used to
on
watch
TL.
X on the Beach. I don't know if you know that one.
Nah. I don't know
It's
about that one.
actually very similar to this one. So for X on the Beach,
Aren't
what
they
they do
all-
is
Aren't they all
yeah,
very
right,
similar,
true.
right?
That's true. That's true. With X on the Beach, they basically put these socialite guys and girls in it, and then each week they bring in a new ex into the house, right? So so they bring people's exes into the house, and then it's all like drama, and they get jealous when the other guy is now with basically what was happening on Too Hot to Handle. Yeah,
I think I've seen that. It seems like
on MTV.
I feel like I've seen that. Yeah, okay, yeah. It just was it a British show?
It was, yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I can see it in my head. Like I have very vague memories of it. Like with people with British accents going off on each other.
Yeah. Nah, it was dope. It was dope. I liked it.
Since I'm in this phase, I'll check it out, dude. Like, I'm watching that. I watched a bit of Love Island as well.
Which chick would you think would you dip?
I'll tell you.
Actually, let's do this. Let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah, on Too Hot to Handle. I'll give you a few questions, right? So, first one, which chick would you do a one night stand with?
I think is it Francesca? Francesca? Yeah.
Okay. And then which chick would you date?
I'm gonna tell you her name just now, dude. I have to check.
You can describe her. You can describe her.
The black chick. Yes. What was her name?
Okay,
Rhonda,
so you date the black chick, Rhonda. Yes. And
I
then,
think, dude, I was even in the DMs like after episode 1, just to tell her, you know what, I think you're amazing, and like God.
Who, Rhonda?
You. Yeah. No cap.
Oh, straight up.
Straight up. Straight up. I'll send you the screenshot. You can make it the episode come. I was like, Rhonda, you are a flame. Jeez.
But when she said she had a baby, I knew I was like, yeah, nah, this nigga ain't sticking around. Because I was looking at their ages, right? So that dude is 25. The chick is 27.
Oh, is she older?
Yeah, she's older. So what I did was I went on Instagram just to see if like there were pictures of them too, but nah, nothing. But with Francesca and Harry, they're still together, like legit, dude. And Francesca gained 3 million followers since the thing came out, bruh.
I'm not surprised because when I started watching the show, when I started watching when she had like 300K, and then by the time I was done with like episode 2, she was like on I think on the show she said she has 300 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, she did.
And then when I watched it, like she was like on like 500 because I watched it like as soon as it dropped, like literally like when it was like fresh out the box. And by the time I'd watched it, she already gained like 300, 200 maybe. So I'm not surprised that she's on 3 million. Really not surprised.
So which guy would you say has the most, if you had to guess? I know the answer.
The most followers?
Yeah.
I'm going. It would be a toss up between. Is it Sharon? What's his name? Not Sharon.
The black guy.
Yeah. What's the black guy's name?
Sharon. Yeah.
Sharon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's between him and Harry. Most def.
Okay, pick one.
I had to choose. Who am I going? I'm gonna say Harry because of the Francesca effect.
Oh yeah, it is Harry. Harry has a shitload, dude. He has, I think, 2 point something mil.
It's definitely all Francesca. Definitely. I wish we could pull up like a
and
chart
also
of,
he's
like,
Australian, so like the whole of Australia is basically like, yo, this is our guy.
I wish we could pull up like a chart. Is there a way to like pull up a chart of their followers over time?
I wonder.
Like just to see it by date, because I have a feeling he passes. He definitely passes Sharon after the Francesca gig. For sure.
Sharon isn't even the second, bro. He's the second highest of the guys was David. I think David.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me. David doesn't look like that guy.
Because Sharon's short. I think that's his disadvantage.
You can't see that on the gram though.
You can see it on the show though.
Well, funny enough, even with that, like I know like a couple of girls I've spoken to like found him quite like, quite appealing, despite the height thing, definitely.
What I mean, yeah, obviously, I mean he's on the show for a reason, right? But
yeah,
okay, what about which? If you were to choose a wingman, who would you choose?
I'm definitely picking him and Harry, for sure.
Wingman, I'm picking Harry for sure. Because it's funny.
Harry is too. Here's my thing with Harry, right? Is that you gotta know your game. You gotta know your game, right? You gotta know your game, right?
Yes.
You see, Harry. You see, Duce, when I'm playing the game, like I'm playing the cool guy, and Harry's more of like the goofy, fun,
Yeah.
Let's have a party kind of guy. I might go. Is it Kez as well?
Which guy?
The Nigerian guy.
Oh, Kels.
Nigerian guy. Kels. I might go Kels as well. I think Kels could hold me down in the field.
Kels should have teed the chick, bro.
He should have, huh?
I screwed up, bro. You should have, bro. I'm not taking one for the team like that, bro. The thing is, he probably thought she was gonna stick around, bro.
I actually don't blame him for what he did. I don't blame him.
Nah, I do, bro. If you ask him right now, he probably regrets it. There's no way he doesn't regret it. No way.
But like, I mean, if she wasn't feeling you either, like I don't know, man. I don't know.
As a guy, because Francesca was arguably the flyest chick on the show, right?
Not for me, Duce.
And so I said arguably, like a lot of people would say.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And it shows with the followers she gained as well.
There's that, but I also think she plays the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she does. She
plays the game. She like it's like intentional. Like it's like I want to do this kind of thing.
No, she was good, and that's why she got so much screen time. Because remember the Irish chick, she wasn't really doing anything, so she was hardly on the screen. Yeah,
she was very bland. Because even the Florida girl, I hated her, but like she was not, her personality didn't match that.
Who, Madison?
Yeah.
Madison had ass though. Did you see that? Madison had ass though. Did you see that?
I didn't. I was just like I was not a fan, dude. I'll go check it out again.
I was shocked. I'll
go check it out again.
She was. Yeah, I think they could have done a bit better with the casting, because if you're looking at it really, because look at other shows like that X on the Beach show on MTV. I mean, everyone was just crazy. Like everyone was on their game. So, you'd have maybe one or two people that aren't really interesting that wouldn't get screen time, but then most of them were. With this one, basically it's Harry, Francesca. And unlucky for them that Francesca and Harry ended up being together, which was cool. But if you had split it, then that would have, if you had split their relationship in terms of who they're with, then maybe they would have had another like couple that was interesting. But yeah, man, But Kills was hurt, bruh. But you could tell he was hurt by Francesca, bruh. Just ego-wise.
Yeah,
Ego-wise. Not hurt as in feelings.
Yeah, I agree. Although I do think he was a little bit. I was disappointed by him, not because he didn't tee. Duce, maybe explain to what teeing is for our non-Zimbabwean fans.
Right, sorry. Right, so basically this Francesca was coming onto him hard, and he could have pretty much done whatever he wanted with her. And she was trying to basically kiss him because I think she was kind of hurt by Harry because he didn't want her, so she went to Kells kind of like as a rebound in a way. But I thought she was actually into him. But he kind of played the game. So the thing is, some people don't know what Too Hot to Handle is, right? So Too Hot to Handle is basically a show where they put a bunch of people in the house, and then you're not supposed to do anything sexual with any girl or any guy. So that's and if you manage to do it, if you do it, then money is subtracted from the pot. So I think the pot was 100,000. So for a kiss, 3,000 is taken out. For having sex, was it 20,000? I think it was 20,000.
20 or 15, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And then blowjob was 6,000, I think.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So it was those. I think those were the penalties. So basically, this guy refused for Francesca to basically, get what she wanted, which was, I don't know what she wanted. She wanted something, definitely. And then, so basically took one for the team, no subtractions, and then boom, the chick goes back to Harry, and then they smash, right? And then they lose. Then how much? They got 20, might have been 20,000 or 25,000 off the winnings. Whereas, so that's why I'm saying he probably regretted it because he was so pissed. He's like, damn, like I was busy. He could have, just cost them 3,000 just by kissing Francesca or something. But these guys went ahead and were reckless, and boom. And once those Francesca and Harry did that, then the chips are now falling down because no one wants to take one for the team when other people have smashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I hear you. Like, now that people are like up to speed, I get you, dudes. Like, in terms of like he would regret it, but like when I look at it, like, I understand where he was coming from because he really cared about the money. I think that was like I could see it from the jump. Like, this guy was like all in on the cash. So that's why I think like if he looks back, would he do it again? I would have lost them an extra 3,000 and he still wouldn't have ended up. And he did say like, yo, if you really want this, you'll come back. So I like that approach that he had. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, okay, I can do something, but like if you really are about it, you'll come back. And she didn't come back. So he was like, okay, we keep it moving. Because I mean, a guy like that has a lot of options, dude. There's so many more.
In the house, he really didn't, right?
I know.
Outside,
like,
yes.
Yeah, but
outside, yes. But in the house, he didn't. He wasn't macking on anyone.
Yeah,
this shit came to him.
He was all about the cash, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
What did you think of like the other characters, like the Jesus-looking guy and David?
The Jesus dude,
such a sweet dude.
Yeah, he had zero game. Shame, man.
David or Jesus?
No, the Jesus guy.
He
had zero game. Shame. Like you saw when he was speaking to Madison. Obviously, Madison's a bit difficult, but Madison was saying, "Hey, bruh, like it's pretty much a done deal." And then he comes up with some like I don't know what he said, some saying or something, and then she's like, "Huh? Like what are you saying?" And then he just stood up. Bro. I was like, "Shame, man. That's so sad."
Yeah, no game whatsoever. What do you think it's like on set with these shows? Like, or really, like, with the people behind the cameras and producers, like, what do you think really goes into it? Do you think they're like, okay, guys, it's time to wake up now? It's you guys need to be here. You need to spend this much time doing this or that. It's time for your interview now. What do you think it's like on set? Like, your microphone's not in properly. Like, like those little nuances.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, this show, you never saw them eating, right? Hardly saw them bathing. So it's not like, you remember Big Brother where they're basically live streaming the whole day. So you get to see which
doesn't
parts
work,
of the... exactly. Yes. Where you got to legit see spots where they weren't doing anything. They're just sitting. So you basically tune in, tune out, tune in, tune out. So for this, they basically, I think they probably shoot most of the time, just to get conversations in case there's something interesting. So they're constantly shooting. Even when they're sleeping, they're shooting because obviously with the cameras, the static cameras. And then they do activities just to make sure they have a little something, a little drama. So that's why some people don't end up getting a lot of screen time because they haven't done anything interesting enough. Like they haven't had interesting conversations for them to put on camera. Yeah. So I think it's just an editing thing.
But do you think like they are speaking to the cameraman and like, I don't know, like, do you think there's someone they can speak to where they're like, hey, the light bulb's not working, and like, what's the vibe, Like, do you think there's a moment that they're like, okay, guys, cameras are off now, or do you think it's more like Big Brother, and then we're just gonna show the interesting stuff?
Yeah.
Because with Big Brother, they're not interacting with I get what you're saying, right? Because remember, Big Brother, they're not interacting with the crew or anything. It's literally just... They don't see the cameraman. Whereas here, I'm just kind of like, how's this?
With Big Brother, did they have people shooting, or was it just static cameras?
No, just static cameras.
Ah, okay. Yeah, with this one, it's
I lied. Shooting. It's not that it's static cameras. It's just that it's guys behind a wall, so you never see the cameraman.
Oh, because they want it to be a legit. You guys in the house. Okay. Yeah, with this one, it's not like that. They definitely have people recording, I think, because they're also outside and all that.
Yeah, the only reason I think like it must be like interesting on set is that as I've watched more and more of these shows, they're also similar, man. So I'm just kind of like, there has to be someone guiding the behavior some way,
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like, I feel like it's what's the word that I'm looking for? Socially engineered.
Oh no, it is. It definitely is socially. I mean, it's like that. Remember when that mixed race guy came in, Corey, right? So remember him? He came in later. The one who took Francesca on a date.
I think he's white, eh?
Nah,
he's just tanned.
White. Really?
Yeah, the guy with the curly hair.
Yeah, the guy who took Francesca on a date, just to steer shit up.
Yeah. I think he's just white. But anyway, I get. Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, cool. That's here nor there. So he remember he came in, and then the Lana, which is the host of the game, basically said choose between Chloe and Francesca, like who you want to take on a date. And they'd already seen that Corey is interested in Francesca, so they realized, okay, this would be a good way to stir up some drama. So they make sure he ends up going out with Francesca, who's dating Harry, and then boom, like
even though they know that these two clearly like each other,
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought he was so close to actually getting in there with Francesca, because Francesca was intrigued. But the moment he started slagging off Harry, which I thought was a bad move, and instantly I even told my brother, I was like, nah, you shouldn't have said that, because he was like, I don't think you should be with him. And then I was like, nah, now you're screwing up, because don't talk about him. She's interested in you. Leave him out of the picture. She's not trying to date you, Corey. She's just intrigued by you. So he says that, and then she's like, nah, bruh. Like, nah.
And Duce, also, to muddy the waters just a little bit, I also think that in addition to him messing up, like you've pointed out, I also think she was just playing the game and making the show more interesting because she makes money off Instagram. It's in her interest that the show's interesting.
Yes.
So I think she intentionally showed fake interest so that the show looks better than it actually. Well, not that the show isn't whack, but it makes for more drama and more tension than there actually needs to be. She always knew Harry was the guy from the jump.
I think she could have kissed him though. I reckon.
Nah, I think Harry was.
You don't think so?
I think Harry was in. Harry was
He was in, but I don't know, maybe. But I would, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Early on, I think maybe yes, but I think at that point in this game, she was just like, let me just make this, because that was like very late on in the show. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think she definitely did that for just for drama of the show. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was weird. Like great
show.
show. Like it's a weird phase that I'm in, like of just watching these shows. Like I even watched The Bachelor, dude. Like I'm just like strange. Initially, I used to watch these things because of my girlfriend, but like now I just find myself doing it by myself.
Also, Chloe was quite pretty, but damn, she was a bit of an airhead, man.
Chloe, which one was Chloe?
Chloe, the British chick, the tall one.
I didn't rate her. The tall one, I didn't rate her that much.
She was
I
pretty
liked her,
though.
She was. Shame. Nice gal.
And then that dude, there's a time where it got deep, right? Remember the guy who owns a boat?
The LA guy.
When he was, the LA guy, where he was like I've been called ugly, and then talking about how he seeks
the scene
validation
where they
from
painted
girls.
the stuff on them and like words that people during that ceremony, right?
Yes.
I
was
that was a little bit cheesy.
That
was a little cheesy. I wasn't there for it too.
And then they put the little, the soundtrack, like the sound, the music.
I know, trying to tug
sad.
at our heartstrings and No, I wasn't buying it.
It worked on me, bro. I had worked.
Oh, for real? You felt
shame.
it?
I was like, shame, man. Because I thought the exact same thing when he came on. Because he was the only guy who wasn't built, wasn't really like good looking. So I was like, this guy, what is he doing there? And then he says the exact same things, bro. I was like, okay, now I feel bad. Why did I think those things?
Shame, dude. No, but Duce, the thing is, right? I feel like we've had this talk before. You can have the looks and everything, but you need to have a chat. Gotta have bands. Yeah. And I felt like he had enough banter to get by in his life, dude. Like I felt like he was too old to be in that stage of like caring about that, you know? Because I think he was like 28 or 29 or something. And I was like, dude.
Yeah, he's
like,
29.
If he was 21 or something and he was saying that, I'd get it, right? But like, dude, he could get girls. He was good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, you're saying he gets a different girl every day.
Yeah, so like,
but I've met guys like that though. Like,
okay,
there's always it's like what he said, where he said it's like seeking validation. Like I'm at a stage where I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to, rather, because first of all, like what am I trying to prove? Because if you think about it, is it really that much more fun? Right, being with a different girl every day. That means that's your only focus, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah. So it's the guys I've seen who do that usually are either in a rut, where, that they don't really have anything else going. So this is the thing that gives them notoriety. That's the thing they're really good at. But I don't know. Something will be missing. You'll have some kind of issues.
Just on that note, right? Like it's a good point that you raise, because for me, when I went through that phase in my life, right? It must have been around the time when, like, I want to say 2016, 15, 14. I'm trying to think. Anyway, doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
When you realize, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you realize that, hey, this getting girls thing is not as hard as I thought it was. You do it just for the sake of doing it because you can. And different guys go through different phases. But for me, it was like definitely a validation thing. It was just definitely like to prove my self-esteem. So I agree with you there, 100%. But then I realized something. Whether you're successful or not, whether you achieve or don't achieve, I always felt like women are obtainable. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, a nice car is not obtainable unless I work hard. But I can be a bum and I can still manage to find someone who'll accept me. Do you know what I'm saying?
But is it the same caliber, though? Same caliber chick? Has to be the kind of girl you want, right? For it to actually work. Because that guy was talking about the hot chicks in LA. He wasn't talking about any chicks, right?
Fair enough. I mean, caliber's relative, right? I think
it's relative to yourself, yeah.
Yeah, it's relative, man. But like, I think obviously there's a certain class of person that you will attract. Class is the wrong word, but maybe caliber is a better word. There's a certain caliber of person that you'll attract depending on what you're doing with your life. But even then, Glenn, I've seen guys who are absolute waste men, you know, with
yeah, you're right.
Great women in their lives. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
they will be there. They will be there. And to the point about self-esteem, like, yeah, I get it. Like, guys do it for self-esteem, but like, at a certain point, like, you have to realize, like, surely you're not ugly if you are able to like hook up with a different girl every night. You know what I'm saying? Now you need to deal with yourself and accepting and loving yourself. You know?
Yeah, it's your own internal insecurities that you have.
It really is. And like, I think I think he just had like, or a lot of guys have this weird complex that they struggle to come to grips with. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's looks, sometimes it's achievements. And like, you'll find like a lot of the time that stuff doesn't matter anywhere near as much as you think it did. Yeah. So that's why I was surprised, Glenn, when the guy was like, people used to call me ugly. And I was like, dude, you're 30 and you're still in that phase? If we're 21, I get it. If we're 21, I get it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, when you're 21 and that stuff, like, you're still, like, learning all of these things and your self-esteem. But at 30, 35, and you're like, oh, people used to call me ugly. I get girls every day, but, like, people called me ugly. Like, get over yourself, man. Yeah. For real.
Nah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I wish I had thought of that before I got all teary.
Right? Nah, Duce, I wasn't buying it. You know what was the thing? You know why they failed to tug at my heartstrings on that show?
Yeah.
Is that they clearly got people who were wealthy, because only wealthy people would break those rules.
Right. I don't know. Maybe Kells is the only one. He was about that money, bro.
He was.
Every cent, bro.
Yeah, he was. And I think, like, funny, I went on Instagram, like, when I was watching the pilot, and I'd watch all of their stories, right? About saying, hey, go watch the first episode. And I'd look at where they were, their houses, etc. And I definitely think he was on the bottom end in terms of, like, you know, just wealth in terms of everyone on the show. I could be wrong. This is a very amateur opinion. But I think the producers did that on purpose, where they're like, okay, we're going to get some guys who are well off, and we're going to get some guys who aren't. Because that's when you get tension, right? Because people want different things.
Yeah, different motivations.
Yeah, you know. So I think that's why Kels was on the show, and that's why people like Francesca, who she just didn't care about the show. I mean, she even said it, like, I don't care about the money. I really don't.
Yeah, she said it to Kels, bro. I was like,
yeah, she's like, I don't care about this cash.
It's like, I make a killing off Instagram.
Yeah, dude.
Right? If she was making a killing then, how about now?
Oh, she's gone.
Damn.
She's gone. she's gone. Hey, it's crazy. Like people are like they're playing that game. Hey, and they're good. Like they're fine.
Yeah. Another person who's making careers out here is Tory Lanez, bro.
Quarantine.
Quarantine.
Yeah,
he's
I'm on the
making
lives
careers.
like for a good 2 or 3 times a week if I can. Usually quite late,
Yeah.
but I'll catch a few.
You're the one who told me about them. I didn't even
Oh yeah,
know.
I love them, man. I love them. I think it's great.
I was
think
nice
it's
and
great.
innocent until you came along. Bruh, there's a chick who came on yesterday, and she was twerking. So I go onto her profile. I'm actually interested. Let me check her profile now again. She gained like 10k followers in like 5 minutes, bruh. I wanna see now how many she's on. But she killed it. The one she won yesterday. Nah, she was nice.
What was she? Oh, I don't want to ask details.
Oh, okay, she didn't gain a lot more after that, but she basically gained about 12k followers.
Still a lot, dude.
She was very impressive. Very impressive. Did you see the DJ Khaled one?
I did. I saw that on.
That
I
was
didn't
funny
see it on the
shit.
live where he was like, "Stop! My family's here."
Yeah.
What was that about?
I think he was just doing a live where he gets people and then just talks to them, and then this chick comes on, and then starts twerking. So and you know I think DJ Khaled is also Islamic, so it's during Ramadan at the moment. So it's that, and he's a family man. He's not trying to do that. I was like, shame, man. It was so funny.
My only thing though with Khaled is I watched the video and I was just like, why are you not stopping the call immediately?
He was trying to
'Cause it was
redeem
like-
it, and then he ended up cutting the call.
Yeah, I saw that, but I was like, he took a bit too long. Where I was like, suspicious.
Yeah,
I was like,
he put a peep in. Yeah, he just like, let me just see for
I
a
was
little
like,
bit.
Khaled, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know this is gonna go viral. I was like, but I liked it though. I thought that was fun. It was hilarious. Yeah, Quarantine Radio's back. I think it came back, like you said, it was back yesterday. I only saw like 2 seconds of it. It was a bit late for me, so I slept.
Oh, okay.
I might catch. I don't know if there's one today. Is there one today?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I
I
just
might.
sometimes I'm on Instagram, and then I say, oh, it's on.
Yeah. I always alert the boys. I'm like, yo guys, quarantine's live right now, so let me know.
Quarantine.
I listened to his album though as well, literally just because of the whole thing that he's doing.
Yeah, he's smart. Very clever.
Yeah. It worked.
Very
I mean, he
clever.
got a stream
Is
or
it good?
2 out of me.
Is it good?
Maybe like 3 songs that I'll go back to. It's not bad, but it's not like I'm not like, yo, go listen to this album. It's not bad. He has some dope records on there. Like, there's 2
Any
or 3 that I'll
interesting
keep on
features?
rotation.
Any interesting features?
No, not that I remember. If they are, they didn't
Okay.
stand out to me. But there's a song with Conor McGregor where he uses like a Conor McGregor intro. I love it.
Is it sick?
Yeah, it's sick. There's a song where he
Which
uses
quotes?
where Conor McGregor's like, you guys are gonna have to excuse my Irish accent. He's something along the lines of like, I just want to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh, I love that quote. That was hilarious. Yeah, that was
I don't know
think
if you know the
Jose
moment
Aldo
or the
fight.
quote.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
after
but-
the Jose Aldo fight.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah. I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I died, bro. I died when he did that.
Yeah, that's the one. So the track starts off with that, and then like just a heavy trap beat like kicks in straight after he says that. That slaps really hard. So yeah, that I think it's called "Stupid Again." The song's called "Stupid Again" or something like that.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
To absolutely
I mean-
nobody.
Yeah. The song.
I was like,
the
how
song
did
is
you
called
think of
"Stupid
that?
Again."
That was so funny. It was after.
I know.
It's not after the Jose Aldo. It's after he won the second belt. So it was. I think the this guy. He was the division above his. I think it's
I see.
Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez. Yeah, Eddie Alvarez.
Okay.
So he won.
Okay.
That's when he had gotten the second belt. Yeah, that's when he did that quote.
Okay. I have to go watch that interview because, like, as soon as
Yeah,
I
you
heard
should.
McGregor, I was just like, okay, this is gonna be hard, and it was pretty hard. Um,
To
yeah. So
absolutely
yeah.
nobody. Yeah. Anything. Anything.
Maybe you should start the podcast off with that one today. Like.
Okay, I'll put it on.
Connor.
I'll put it on. I'll put it
But
on.
yeah, man. Apart from that, like, it has a couple of records that are cool. But again, like, he's one of those people. I like him more than I like his music.
Yep. I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel you.
dope dude though. We can't end this off without talking about The Last Dance.
Right. Interesting episode. The one thing that was crazy was so I knew Jordan basically made Nike what it is today, right? Like he kicked it off. But I didn't realize to what extent when I watched that episode.
Me too. I didn't realize how small they were before him.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you know,
and also, I thought it was interesting that he wanted to sign with Adidas. That's
yeah.
they stuffed that one up.
Imagine if I did as said, they would have monopolized the market.
Oh yeah, it was done.
Because
It
right
was
now
done.
they're pretty much as big as Nike, or at least close. Without that deal, imagine if they had gotten
I think Nike are still like the leaders, especially like in the US market, but Adidas are definitely up there.
Yeah, it's up
They've
there.
fallen off quite a bit though, since like since the Yeezy phase. Like, okay, the Yeezys are always they're still big, but like there was a phase where they're remember like the Z, is it Z? Oh, I forgot the names. I'm butchering it now. I forgot the name.
Oh yeah,
of
when
these
they were
shoes.
releasing the shoes I had as well. Is it those?
Yeah, you have a pair. Like, I have one. Nate has a pair.
ZX.
Yeah, the ZX
remember.
Flux and stuff. There was a point where
Yes,
they were
yeah,
killing
yeah.
it.
They were
Right?
killing it those days. Yeah.
The ZX Flux, and I think it's the ZMDs or I'm not sure. Like, the sneakerheads
Yeah.
are like losing their mind right now. You know, the shoe, it has like a tag between at the end of the sole.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, everyone was wearing them for a while, you know, and
Yeah.
then just people stopped. Like, they're not as cool as they used to be, but I think they'll be back. Definitely. The Yeezys are
when they
huge.
released the boosts, they were a bit expensive. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like about maybe 2,500 rand for a pair, whereas the fluxes were like about $1,000 or 800 to $1,000. So that big jump kind of. I remember this one time I went trying to get new Adidas, but I was like, dang, that's rough.
Yes. Yeah, no, you know when they had, yes, it's the NMDs. I'm sure you know it. Like, the Adidas NMDs. I'm sure, like, when you see it, you'll know it. It has like
Let me Google
a
it while
very
you're
similar
talking.
sole to the Flux, but it has these two
Adidas.
tags on the shoe.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah. I see it. Yeah,
These
I know
were
that shoe.
popping for a while. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Outside of
yeah.
the Yeezys, like, literally everyone was rocking these, and now, like, not
yeah,
so much.
Oh yeah, I
you know?
actually have a pair of these as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like, almost everyone does. Like, yeah. And like, there were a time where, like, these were like really fresh, but like, I feel like they're not the powerhouse they used to be, like in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Like,
And
with
it
the whole
coincided
Off-White
with
thing
signing when they signed United. Remember when they signed Man United? That's when I actually became an Adidas fan. It was, and I was so amazed at how it worked. I was like, now I understand why they pay all these millions to sponsor a kit. Because at that
100%,
point,
right?
I was like all Nike all the way. And then when they did that, I was like, damn, Adidas is it's like so cool. Then I literally just switched. Adidas became my favorite, even up to this day.
Yeah, I feel you. The Yeezys helped as well.
Yeah.
Yeezys went a big way. You know what I'm saying? I think that's definitely like. I think were it not for the Yeezys, I think they're struggling. Not struggling. I'm being harsh. You know, Adidas is huge, but I think Nike were like really killing the game. Like even when I feel like Adidas not fell off, but like kind of lost like their popularity. Just give me a second, Duce. All right, good night. Was when the dad sneakers became a thing.
Right.
'Cause that's when like we stopped wearing like these, and there are people more qualified than me to speak on this, but like when the dad sneakers become a thing, that's when this whole like fitness sneaker trend of the NMDs and the ZX Flux kind of like it goes away a little bit, and now everyone's wearing these chunky shoes,
Which I can't stand, by the way.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love
You love it.
I love
I'm not about that. I'm still stuck in the trainer thingy. Phase.
Oh, okay. I feel you. Yeah, I got a pair. Like I have a pair of like
I can't stand them.
Chunky old sneakers, and yeah, you can make it work. Like it's fresh, man. It's fresh. But yeah, like I think they had a couple of cool ones with the Yeezys, you know.
Yes, those are nice.
Those were nice, but outside of like the Yeezys, I felt like there hasn't been like an Adidas shoe that was big. But anyway, we drifted. If they had Jordan, I think, like you said, they would have killed the game.
Dude,
for sure.
even Converse was there because they were saying Converse was the biggest one in terms of like the basketball market at the time, and they had Magic, Bird, all these guys, and they were like. Literally. They didn't take on Jordan because they're like, nah, we have these guys, you know, you won't be above these guys. Big mistake.
They were too. I think they were way too powerful, way too big.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You can become what's the word? Is it complacent when you're 100%. On top, and it's very important for you to act like you're not at the top, and and that's what Nike to this day is still doing. They're making sure. Right, so they'll keep spending millions signing the new rookie, signing them, you know.
Yes, and it's ironic that when Nike became big, that's when they slept on Kanye West, because the very thing that Jordan did with Nike, they failed to do that with Kanye, and Adidas learned from their mistakes. They were like, "We're not doing this again," you know.
Right, and and the Yeezys, damn, yeah.
Yeah, dude, the Yeezys have like I mean, what a success they have been, right? And where like I think they were like, okay, we messed up with MJ, we're not gonna mess up with Ye.
This is why, if I'm gonna I'm just gonna take a little bit of a tangent. This is why with LeVar Ball and his three boys, that's why I was supporting LeVar to the max, because. Especially even now, after seeing what Jordan alone did for Nike, like now with the triple Bs, it's very difficult for them to, because obviously Lonzo is slagging them off all the time. I'm just like, bro, that's like your thing, and you guys, your dad had actually properly hyped you guys up to a point where people were willing to support you. Obviously, the price points were a bit a bit crazy, but still, they're getting a few orders, you know. But imagine LaMelo, Lonzo, especially LaMelo. He's gonna be massive. All LaMelo's gonna do now is just sign for Nike and then like just become, you know, make Nike bigger. But after I saw what Jordan actually did, with the way LaMelo is very popular and with the new generation, I think they could have done something actually special. I reckon they would have. It would have been tough, of course, but
it definitely. You know what? They could have done it if they had the game to support it. Because there was something interesting Jordan said, where Jordan said, like, I let my game talk for me, and LeVar had the right vision. I just don't think he had the talent backing up his vision. So if Lonzo was what we thought he would be, I'm definitely, trust me, I'm rocking a pair of triple Bs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the only reason we don't get the triple Bs is because like the first season we're like, this guy's a bust, and we're like, well, I'm being harsh, but we're like, okay,
Yeah, it didn't help.
you're not that guy. So like now, why would I want to wear your shoe? Because I associated with hype not meeting the expectations, you know?
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I see Lavar's vision on creating your own brand, because it's really the way to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like with anything. It's like, if I start working for a company, let's say I have 6 friends that are, let's say, 80% exceptional at programming, right? And we're all getting paid a lot, but our consulting companies are charging their clients 3 times how much we get paid by the hour.
Yeah.
Right? You realize, wait, I can actually, and there's so much business in IT or in the software industry where you can do the same thing. Start small with your 6 friends, those exceptional ones, and get projects, build up from there. I think it could work. So it's a similar mindset, right? Where you're getting an endorsement, but the reason Nike is paying you 100 million is because they're gonna make 2 billion off you, which is nothing for them, right?
Yes.
Instead of you doing it by yourself, and you'll make maybe 200 mil instead of, or maybe not even 200. Let's say 100. Let's say you make 100, right, for starters. And not too big, because obviously Nike is a beast at marketing. It's a marketing company pretty much. So
yeah.
But if you're that good, and that's why with Lavar and Lonzo, their strength was in that it's 3 brothers doing it, right? That was the strength. It wasn't just, if it was one of them, just one, it wouldn't have worked. But because it's 3 of them that are gonna play in the NBA, I still think Jello will make it. I have faith. He won't be a star, but he'll make it. LaMelo will be the biggest one of them. But yeah, I don't know, man.
To your point, right? Like I remember, like I think it was Drizzy Drake who said music and sports are so synonymous. Was it Drake who said that?
We want to be them. They want to be us.
It was. So when Kanye always wanted to like do his own fashion thing, and everyone was like, do you remember that phase where he was like the house way, how,
Yeah.
where he was just really, really angry, and even the music that he was making was very aggressive and like a lot of frustration,
Yeah.
Through Nike, through Adidas, even his frustrations in the fashion industry. I think it was your Louis Vuitton. I don't know the fashion side of it. I'm not even gonna pretend to. I remember a lot of his frustrations at that time were that, okay, yes, I want to do my own things, right? But like, I don't have the infrastructure to carry out my dreams, even if I wanted to. Like, this is Kanye West saying this, right? This is a guy who had like, at the time, maybe over 20 Grammys, because this is like 2013. This is like 5 albums into his career, right?
Yeah.
And even with all of that wealth that he had amassed, like for him to put out something like the Yeezys, his big frustration was like, yo, you guys don't understand like the infrastructure it takes to get this thing off the ground, because these guys have these industries on lock, I don't remember the details.
Yeah, you were saying so. Yo, you see, you got it right about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think so. That's why I commend Lavar, like you're saying, in trying to start his own thing. But I think in certain things, it's easier said than done. So, for example, like your example of starting a consultancy with your 6 programming friends, a lot less barriers to entry to the market, right? Yeah. But if you like now want to start a a laptop company from South Africa. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the barriers to entry are just so high in something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Or starting another footwear company. Look, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I think that sometimes these guys create such monopolies and they become so dirty in how they stop anyone from entering into the market.
Yeah.
And you have the occasional success like an Under Armour who are able to break into that Nike, Reebok, Adidas sphere. But haven't you noticed, like, we never get anything new? Like, those guys are like, those are the guys in the sports game, and I think they try very hard to not let anyone into the game.
For sure.
So an example, Duce, right? Richard Branson tried to start a cola.
Like a Coke or a Pepsi thing.
Yes.
Okay.
And Coke were like, buddy, that's not happening. His cola was doing well. It was doing really well in the UK. And then Coke went to the retailers and they said to them, like, you guys are going to stop stocking this guy's stuff. Like, this is not happening. And that was the end of Virgin Cola, you know?
Damn.
So I think with certain things, even with his airline, British Airways tried to... there was a very huge scandal where British Airways tried to stop his airline from launching, and they actually got caught. It was a very big scandal. Like, maybe older people would remember. We were quite young when it happened. And he managed to get his airline off the ground. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes these really big companies, once they become that massive, they start putting forces in play to just stop anyone from entering the market. You know?
So yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and it always depends on the field you're trying to crack, right? So for example,
yes.
with Lavar, so he's trying to start a shoe company. So now if you were to guess when Under Armour started, what would you say if you were to guess?
It's not that long ago. I remember it must have been like the 90s.
Yeah, 1996. Right.
Yeah, 90s.
So,
I think.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're willing to take some time, right? Because the main difference it is between now and then is social media, online stores, right? So
yes.
back in the if it's back in the day where you don't have online shopping and all that stuff, you know, chains can literally hold like Macy's, for example, like hostage, saying, we're not stocking our shelves with our products if you don't take that off, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or with Richard Branson with an airline, that's obviously very difficult because it's you can't. There's nothing online about it, about the service. But what's the other example you gave? Clothes.
The Virgin Cola one. Yeah, but I did.
Cola. Yeah, cola is difficult because no one's buying cola online, right? So
yes,
that one, fair enough. But if it's something you can do online, right? You can build. You can definitely, but it will require patience. So in the short term, definitely they weren't going to make as much money as Nike was going to pay them. If we're talking LaMelo Ball or Lonzo, right?
Yes.
But in the long term, 20, 30 years after, obviously depending, if you're betting on yourself as well, that you're going to be proper, dope player, that kind of thing, which I still think LaMelo will be. He'll have enough sauce to and fans to fuel. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. If you can do it online, you can definitely build. Because who knows how the market is going to be in 30 years, right? Like, are we still going to be shopping?
Definitely.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe online will be bigger than shopping in a mall. We don't know.
Yeah, no,
so,
we're already seeing that. I hear you. I hear you. I think
So,
you're
yeah.
right. Like, they are. It depends on the circumstance, like you said, and just having the right conditions in order for you to succeed.
Yeah, because social media, man. Like you can market
Create
it.
a brand.
No one's Coke isn't gonna go to TV like they would do with Virgin Cola at the time, where they're like, hey, we don't want to see Virgin Cola ads, or because with advertising on TV stations Coca-Cola will be paying you like millions. That's how you're making your money. And then Virgin, they're like, nah, bro, we don't want to see cola there. Also pulling our funds, we're taking them to ABC. And then you like flip, you know.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
It is crazy. And like you said, like I think in certain circumstances, like I said, right, like with Lonzo, let's look at Lonzo and LeVar, LaMelo, like the Ball family.
Yeah.
They actually had the ingredients, I think, to launch a successful shoe brand initially.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because like you said, they had the three brothers, they had a story, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, they had a story, man.
They had a story we could buy into until Lonzo didn't come to the party. Jello's been kind of shaky, and now it's up to the little one, LaMelo, you know? But
I mean, LaMelo's never going to do it without Lonzo.
Yeah, so I mean,
Lonzo holds the keys.
It remains to be seen like what will happen with that, but I do think that they were close, but the difference between like a Triple B and like an Adidas, right?
Yeah,
is that it's not about them making a good shoe or not; it's about them making a good story.
Right.
Adidas right now just needs to focus on making a good shoe. So, like you said, man, they definitely have the opportunity. And I'm not saying like people shouldn't go for it. Like I'm just saying like sometimes I think the forces that be make your life really, really difficult to get into certain things. And to your point, like of saying how you respect LeVar, like he actually did quite well to get as far as he did. But I think he's starting to realize like how difficult it really is, you know?
Yeah. He realizes what kind of job is. But to be fair to him, and that's why he's so frustrated because like my boys can't see it. And let's not forget, these boys are young, right? They're not thinking the way I'm thinking right now as a 28-year-old. These guys are, you know, Lonzo, how old is he? 21. If I'm thinking when I was 21, I would want to sign with Nike. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have the kind of reasoning that I have. That's why LeVar is extremely frustrated by the situation where he's like, damn, these boys, like, they don't see it. When he's like, bro, Lonzo, you're just going to be any other old player. Especially now that he's basically, they basically know that he is not, you know, a Ja Morant or Trae Young guy, right? So now he actually won't get as much money as he will from Nike than he would have as a rookie. So now he should be even more motivated to do it. But LaMelo knows that he's legit. He's going to be probably a number one pick, and he has a chance to get the biggest contract of all the rookies. Actually, you will get the biggest contract of all the rookies.
And if they can do it, like, it would be incredible, right? If they can pull it off. Yeah. It would be sensational.
And the nice thing is they have their dad running it. That means less work for you.
Yeah,
and he's the best at doing it among them, instead of hiring another guy to do it, right?
The only problem, Duce, with their plan is that it hinges on this, like, they don't have diversified risk, right? And that's, I think, the only thing I think is a problem for Triple B. So if you think of like any other big of the big four, being Nike, Puma, Adidas, Under Armour. I'm assuming those are the big four in sports. Yes. I don't know if Reebok is. I'm pretty sure Under Armour have passed Reebok by now.
Yeah.
And maybe New Balance is also in the mix. Let me give them their credit.
Yeah. So we
shout out
top
Kawhi.
5.
Yeah, so maybe the big 5. I'll throw in New Balance in there. Actually, I'm going to throw in Reebok as well because they're quite big in the CrossFit sphere. Is that they sponsor so many guys that if one of them fails, right, like, you know that you have another athlete that can carry your brand. All you need is like one guy to really hit it off, right?
Which was Michael Jordan for them, yeah.
Which was Michael Jordan for Nike because Nike sponsored.
And how long had Nike been in the game before then? Right?
Maybe 10 years because I want to say they started in the 70s.
I was
as like a
actually
running
thinking
shoe?
60s, but yeah, let's say 70s, right? They've been in the game for 15 years. So that's why I'm saying it's a patient game. If you're not, they're not, the triple B's aren't gonna become as big as Reebok overnight. It's gonna take time.
But okay, so
It's about
if
betting
they
on
are gonna
yourself.
do it that way, right, Glenn? Then they need to the positioning, because right now the positioning is around these three boys, and
Yes.
going down the line, like, you will be remembered as the brand around these three guys, right?
Yes.
So if they're gonna play the long term, I think they need to pull away from so much hinging on the success of these boys, because then they're gonna need a big rebrand down the line.
No,
Does that make
that's what
sense?
Lavar said. Yeah, he said he's not only signing the three boys. He's planning on, bringing in other guys as well. So
Oh,
probably
is he? Is he?
Yeah, he said that. Well, I still watch the show, so on Facebook Watch. So that's what he was saying. So
Oh, okay.
basically, there's guys who don't get signed by Nike, Adidas, blah blah blah, right? Let's say, yeah, and then those like borderline ones that deserve, then he can probably try swoop in for them.
Okay,
Yeah,
that could work. If that's the case, like, that could definitely work. Still gonna be like interesting, and it will be interesting to see how he pulls the Ball family away from that, and he creates like an actually good product.
yeah. He said
But
he said he's not quitting, even if the boys decide not to. I mean, Jello is a lock for triple B's. Lonzo and Lamelo aren't. So he said, even if I just have Jello, it's fine. We're gonna keep it moving, keep going. Try sign players in the league. Who knows? Yeah, who knows, man? I don't know.
Yeah,
All
and
the
you
best to
appreciate
him,
that.
man.
Yeah, you appreciate the ambition. I mean,
He's
you
got
love to
heart.
see it, right?
Yeah,
You love to see it, and like,
but it's causing
even
friction in the family, unfortunately.
yeah, exactly, right. You do love to see it, and I guess sometimes his route is very different to like a Kanye route, because his is not a creative route. Clearly, his is more like a business route.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
with Kanye, it was more a thing of like, I want to get my creative, like, I just need the infrastructure to give the world my ideas, not
Yeah.
necessarily to give the world a business. I think that's the difference between him and a Lavar, you know?
Yeah.
Because Nike would, like, Nike said to Kanye, like, look, bro, just sit there and look pretty. We'll make the shoes. I was like, no, I actually want to make stuff. To the point where with the stuff that Kanye is doing with Yeezy, I don't think Adidas is really involved too much. They're just like, okay, what do you need? What happens? And,
Yeah.
and I think that's a good case study of how you don't necessarily always have to start like from the ground up to like make your own thing. Whereas I think that's the route Lavar's going, right?
Yeah.
Because he could have brokered a deal with Nike like we'd never seen before. Like even the Jordan thing, Duce, right?
Yeah.
There's Nike and then there's Jordans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like even though Jordan didn't start his own shoe company, he literally has a brand that, like, to a certain extent is like almost separate from Nike.
Yes.
It's like become like a sub brand, and it's like, push. I don't know how much he's involved in it. I don't know how much money he gets. Would he have been like?
I mean, he's worth $2 billion now, bruh. That's
Jordan itself.
him. Yeah, my MJ.
Oh,
That's
okay,
crazy.
I see. I thought it would be more.
More than 2
Not that
billion.
that's. It probably could have been more if he went Lavar's route, huh?
Well, I mean, possibly not, because remember, Nike is also a marketing machine. Okay, so they didn't. It's not just Jordan because they have Jordan. If he had gone to Converse, it probably wouldn't be as big as what Nike managed to do. So Nike had a plan, which is why they pitched and they managed to to get him. Nike had a plan, so
Yeah.
probably not, but because Nike was small at the time, but they still paid him $250K, which was a lot more than what people were getting.
Yes.
At the time, it showed they had a plan, and they're like, nah, this is our guy, this is our ticket right here.
No, 100%. And I guess sometimes like the Jordan route, like I don't know like how much stake he has in Jordan. I don't know the terms of the deal, right? But that's an example of like piggy banking off another existing company and just making yourself big, which is very different to what LeVar wants to do, right? I think his ego just won't allow that, dude. Like, I just don't. He's not that kind of guy, you know.
Because what LeVar is saying is, okay, fair enough. Jordan is probably made. Let's say he's made $1 billion off Jordan. But how much is Nike made off Michael Jordan? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
So he's saying Jordan has made what Nike is. I want to make Triple B to be Nike. That's what he's saying. He's saying, yes, it's fine. He's saying, yes, Lonzo, they're going to pay you $100 million for an endorsement, right? But how much are they making from you? They're making $1 billion off you. So you know what I'm saying? So he's saying, yes, you won't make $1 billion yourself yet, but in time, if you bet on yourself, and they had a strong brand with the three boys and just the entertaining father and all that stuff. Yeah. So they could have done something with time, especially if they keep on, expanding with other athletes. But anyway,
yeah. I get where he's coming from, man. I get where he's coming from. I do see his vision, definitely. Don't get me wrong. I do see his vision.
Yeah.
Very.
All right, Cash,
it'll be interesting to see what happens with it.
It's going to be very interesting. I'll be keeping an eye. I'm curious to see what LaMelo's going to do. That's going to be big if he moves away from Triple B's or goes with them.
And a closing thought from you. What did you think of MJ's gambling?
Oh, he's gambling. You definitely had a problem.
You're right.
Yeah, but he had control over his problem though. Still, he still had control over it.
Okay.
As long as you don't go broke, you have control over it. That's my vision.
Fair enough. Yeah, I also think it was nice that they showed it. I think it was great. I think it just speaks to his competitiveness. Like, I think I just think he had a problem where everything was a competition for him, to a fault. I definitely think that's where, because it wasn't like he was betting on like results of other things,
He's betting on himself.
He was like, he was betting on himself. Like he wasn't like going to the bookies and saying, I think the Green Bay Packers are gonna win the Super Bowl or whatever. So
and betting $5 million.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But yeah, great episode. Great to see like the brand that Jordan has become, and it worked. Just like I want a pair of Jordans now. I'm not even that guy, But like I'm out here like checking how can I get some J's, and this is before the Jordan, like the Air Jordan episode came out.
And dude, what's his name? LeBron, remember he got $1 billion lifetime deal with Nike.
Yes.
Dude, how much are they making out of him? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm like, holy crap. $1 billion deal. Yes. And it's a lifetime deal. So I think, what does that mean? They don't pay him ever again? Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but
insane.
Also, you know what, Duce? I'm at a stage now. This is gonna sound very zen-like, right?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, you guys are gonna pay me $1 billion, and you guys are gonna go on to make $50 billion, right? Nike as a company or whatever. I'm using an example, right? Like, bro, how much does a person really need? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, I get it, but like, how much? Like, what if I'm a billionaire and I'm LeBron and I already have my salary from the NBA and my other deals outside of Nike? Like, what's an extra 20 billion? Like, what is
Yeah.
it? What does it do for me?
Fair enough.
Like, if there's other things you want to focus on. So I get where people would like to own their own estate. Like, another thing I think about is that, bro, a $1 billion deal, like, you can use that to follow so many other ventures in your life
That you actually want to follow. Because does he want to get into the shoe game? Probably not.
Yeah, you
shoe
don't.
Shoe game is hard.
It is. It is.
So
it
if
really
you can get
is,
$1 billion for something you don't want to do anyway, all right, fair enough.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point.
Yeah, take the $1 billion and go follow other ventures, right? Because another way I'll put it is, like, you have to remember, like, if we look at the sneaker market, it has a particular market value. I don't know what that value is. I'm just going to use $1 trillion as a really stupid example worldwide, right?
Yeah.
If there are only like 6 players, and I'm saying that Nike's maybe going to have 30 to 40% of that market, even without you, they're already playing in like $1 trillion market. They're going to get like 30 to 40% of that. Dude, whether you're there or not, they're going to have a piece of that pie. You maybe give them an extra 3 or 4%, maybe 10 if you really are force. Right?
Yeah.
So, bro, take your $1 billion or take your 10 billion because they're still going to have a whole market that you don't have access to. Take the money and go do something else. And I'm not saying like people shouldn't start a company, but like as an athlete, like you're a basketball player, focus on that, take your $1 billion, and then when you're done, you can take it somewhere else.
Imagine.
I think LeVar's bias is also like LeVar's an entrepreneur, I think.
Yes, he actually wants to do it.
Yeah, I think he's an entrepreneur as opposed to athlete turned entrepreneur. Because if you're an athlete, Duce, I say, bro, take the deal and then use that money to start something off years down the line. Yeah, because you have a brand now.
Imagine if Jordan had asked for like 20% of Nike or something.
Right. I think they would have told him like, dude,
skate.
It's cool. Yeah, like screw you. Definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap this up, Duce, great chat, dude. This has been fun.
Thanks so much for listening and tuning in to Amateur Opinions. We appreciate you so much.
Yeah, we were just all over the show today, huh?
Yeah, thank you for sticking around this long,
yeah.
Quarantine. Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would appreciate it. Easy, bro. I was looking at what we need to do to get monetized on YouTube.
Okay.
We need 4,000 hours of listening time, right? Of people listening to our shit. And then you need 1,000 subscribers. If you get those 2 parameters right, then boom, you start getting paid for your videos. 4,000 hours is a lot of watching hours. So basically, we're
a cumulative total of what like everyone's done, like all your
views. So if someone watches your video for 2 minutes, that goes into the 4,000 hours basically.
Okay.
So
now I know how much I need to watch my own channel.
With your other channel. if you watch with your own channel, I'm not sure that counts.
Yeah.
that would be a damn shame.
Yeah.
So basically it's that, and we'll be good to go. So I was checking our stats. We're on like 150 watching hours, and we're on 100 and I think about 164, 165 subscribers. Yeah, that'll be cool though, man. To get a little something. It'll take quite a bit of work, consistency.
But we in it now. You know what it is.
We're in it, yeah, and we're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're doing it.
I mean, on that point, Duce, like for me, I've always told you this. Like, this is the one thing we've done where I'm not tracking the metrics. Like, I know you're like big on that, but like, I literally enjoy putting this out there. And every now and then, like, I'll get people who say like, yo, I listened and that was cool. And like, I'm always taken aback that like people are listening. But like, this is the one thing I enjoy where I don't have that element of like, you know, likes and views, and like it's just out there, and I have fun. Like, dude, if like no one else was gonna listen to this and we were just doing this for like ourselves, like I would still do it. Yeah, it's one of those, and I think that's gonna be like the thing that will make it work. That very thing, like it's ironic because I don't care about it. I think that's what will make it.
I mean, we enjoy it, and it's not a crazy amount of work. It's, you know, with the skits, it was quite a lot of work. Right?
Yes,
it's you know
100%.
Planning, meeting up, editing, and we couldn't push it out as often as you need to for you.
Exactly, kids today have TikTok, dude. These kids today spoiled. Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'd love to keep growing our show, and it'd be great because we do enjoy doing this. Imagine if we actually got paid for it. That'd be
man, it would be great, right? It would be a bonus for me.
It would be a bonus.
Great. Yeah, because to an extent, I feel like we already won, so it would just be like a plus. You know?
Yeah. I want to keep winning.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Yeah, these kids in TikTok, they don't know how it was in our day, huh?
We had Vine, though.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Yeah, was Vine like TikTok in terms of the size?
No. And I think Vine was, I think, more tailored towards creators. I don't think it was as commoditized as TikTok is.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, TikTok really commoditized a skit more so than Vine did, because all the Vine guys ended up jumping over to Instagram and YouTube, and that's when me and you came in.
Yes,
right.
We came in after Vine.
We come in after the Vine
university.
Yeah, we come in after the whole Vine wave. But even then, like the guys on Vine, like it wasn't like any random person can make a Vine and then it goes viral. It was like you had a bunch of guys who were Vine stars, and TikTok also has stars, but like, bro, like when I look at TikToks, like it's always like a new face.
Are you on TikTok?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm also not. I hope I'm not.
I don't think any old. Like I think it's past our generation, Duce, for real.
Right? I think so too.
Yeah. No, we.
Damn.
Yeah. It's past us, dude. It's past us.
Oh well.
Anyway,
maybe I will get on there. It seems like it's popping.
Well, it definitely is, but definitely a much younger audience, bro. Much younger.
Yeah. All right, Cash. Appreciate you.
All right, Duce.
Thank you again. Thank you for joining us. Please, do what you always do. Subscribe. Subscribe, like, give us 5-star review on iTunes. Help us rise on the charts for the week at least. But it does help us get out there on the charts. So we appreciate you. As always, if you like our opinions, you can take them. If you don't, you can leave them. Peace. See you next week.
All right, peace.
Listen, I've spent a lot of time, Joe, slating everybody in the company. Backstage, I'm starting fights off everybody. I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants. How the Let me raise